Hi, welcome everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel Linux with Ashish. Today I come up with second day of OpenStack operational package. We will discuss and create almost all OpenStack resources and launch application on cloud infrastructure of OpenStack. Guys, watch this video till end because you're gonna feel like you are working on a live setup. So let's start. Guys, today is the second day of operational package of OpenStack. This is basically implementation of OpenStack where we are going to cover project, where we'll create project, we will create user, then we will create role and assign role to the user, and then we will create our own RC file instead of admin RC file, and then we will create key pairs, then we will create images, then we will create flavor, then we will create network, then we will create subnet, then we will create security group, and then we will create our own application, that is the instances or the server, you can say, in OpenStack, on which application will run. And then we will create one volume and attach this volume to the server. And after that, I will also cover worst concept, where you can connect to your server using verse list, and this will help you to list out all the application running on the compute, and you can connect using verse console. Okay, here we will create alias of OpenStack, and this is all about day 2 of OpenStack operational package. So let's move to the CLI and we will implement all these concepts and see how we can create it. Guys, before creating OpenStack resource, let me brief you. Suppose you have joined a cloud organization where your cloud administrator asks you that a requirement came from a client that you have to create OpenStack resources under a new project, and the name of that project will be infra, and the user will be who is creating the resource, right? So the user you can create as per the information, like here I will create the user with my name Ashish, and we will create our own RC file. And your cloud administrator has strictly prohibited you to use admin user, admin project, admin RC file. You don't have to touch them. You have to create your own new project with the requirement, and the project name will be infra, and you have to create all the OpenStack resources including instances under the project. Okay, so how we will create all these resources today we are going to see here. Okay, so at the very first time while creating project, we have to source keystone admin file. Okay, and then we will not use this admin file, we'll use our own RC file. Okay, so let's start. So the RC file, so this is called keystone underscore admin. So source this file. Okay, enter. Now we will create a project. Okay, so how you will create the project? The command will be OpenStack project create, and then name of the project will be infra. Okay, so once you enter, you will get the project. Okay, so the project is created with the name infra. And one more thing, you don't have to remember command in OpenStack. It is very easy. If you write OpenStack project, it will give a lot of options what to do, right? So like project create, project delete, project list, project set, project show. You can use all these, okay, options. Now the project is created. Now what I will do, I will create one user and link with this project. So I will use, first of all, save the screen, OpenStack. Okay, then user create, and you will have to create user with a password. I will use okay, root@123. You can create a password as per the requirement. Okay, project requirement, the password will be given to you. And project what we are using is infra, right? Infra, the project name will be infra. Okay, and then the user which you want to create, I will create for Ashish. Now it will create a user Ashish with the password root at the rate 123, and it will link with the project. Now we will give admin privilege to this user. Okay, so we'll use command OpenStack. Okay, then we'll add a role add, and for the user Ashish. Okay, and project will be infra, and what role you want to give it, you can give. So role will be admin. Okay, so right now the role is given to the user Ashish and the role is admin. Okay, you can also check created user and project with the command OpenStack user list. Okay, you can see the username Ashish, and you can also use command OpenStack project list, and you will see the project name infra is there. Okay, with this ID. So this is all about how you can create project and how you can create user and how you can assign role to that particular user. Now what we will do, we'll create our own RC file instead of keystone underscore admin, and we'll use that RC file. So I will copy the file first of all, cp hyphen, you can do cp hyphen rp, and the current file is located under root keystone rc admin, and then we will create our own file. You can take any name. I am just taking ashish.rc. Okay, ashish rc. Okay, so it will copy the same keystone rc underscore admin to ashish rc. Now we'll have to change some value, the password which we have created and the user. You can also, no, you can also set this using set command, or you can use vim, simply vim ashish. Okay, and then rc, and change some value. So what value will have to change it? So if you see, instead of user admin, we will write our own user ashish. Okay, ashish, the user which we have created, and password which we have given to this user, that is ashish123. And then here we will change it from keystone rc to ashish rc. Okay, now we'll change the project name from admin to infra, and we'll create all the resources under this project. Okay, and now we'll save this file. So our rc file is ready. Okay, so again we will source our own rc now, ashish. Okay, rc. This you can see the keystone underscore admin change to ashish rc, and you will have to validate it first. Okay, before using, like you can run any command OpenStack image list. If it will give the image list, then it is working, otherwise you'll have to check it. Okay, so it is working, you get the response, right? Now we will use with this ashish rc. Okay, and we will create all the resources from here. Okay, and so the next target which we are going to create in the OpenStack operation is key pair. Okay, so we will create a key pair. We'll use OpenStack key pair. Okay, and we'll create one key pair with the name test hyphen key. Okay, and then we will save this to slash root. Okay, and then slash test hyphen key dot am. Okay, and also we will change the permission of this file to chmod 600, and then the name of the file will be test hyphen key dot am. Okay, and enter. So our key pair will be created and saved in slash root. You can check it ls-lrth, and your key pair is created with the size 1.7k. Okay, you can also see the content of the key, and here this is your private key. Okay, this will help you to log in into the application without password, so you don't have to enter password. You only have to use this key and you will able to enter into the login page of that application, which we will create for the project infra for any of the application, right? You'll have to use this key. We'll see in later when we create the server. Okay, and then our next task is to create image. So before creating the image, let me show you which image we will take. So this is the image which I have downloaded for using it in OpenStack, and the extension will be QCow2. Remember this, right? You can download from internet this image. Okay, and we will load this image in the OpenStack. Okay, so glance is the component which is responsible for loading these images and creating the repositories of these images. Okay, now we'll see how we can create image. OpenStack image create. Okay, and then we will write the name of the image. So I'm just you can use any name. If a requirement is clear that you will have to specify this image only, then you can enter. Otherwise you can take image by your own. So I'm taking CentOS 7 because the image is CentOS 7, and where this image is kept you should remember. So you will have to enter this. But first of all, let me show you what is the format of image. The format will be this hyphen format will be QCout. Okay, and QCout2. Okay, this is the format of the image, and we are using as a container. So container hyphen format will be bare. That is the bare metal type. Okay, format will be bare. Okay, and then which file you are going to use, where your image is, you will have to specify that is the image. Okay, so CentOS 7 QCow2. So name is given, and I want this image to be able, this image where anyone can see this image. So we'll have to make it public so that everyone can see this image. So we'll have to make it public. Okay, and enter. So it will create one image with the name CentOS. Okay, and the image will be publicly shown by other users. Okay, now if you see OpenStack image list, you'll able to get this image. Earlier this Cyrus was there, and now CentOS, and the status is active. Okay, the image is created. So many of you got confused, like this is the very long command, how you will remember. So don't worry about that. Only write OpenStack image create. It will give you plenty of options. You will have to use this. Okay, container is format and all this format, everything like public, and then you can use by following these options. Okay, now after creating the image, what we will do is, and you can also show the image if you want, right? So if I use OpenStack image show, and the name of the image is CentOS 7, if you enter you will get the image. Okay, now the image is created. You can see the image. Okay, the status and what is the format QCow2, where it isn't taken out, and all ID of that image, property, everything you can see from here. Okay, now I will create one flavor. So how you will create a flavor? This is also very simple. OpenStack flavor create, and then you will have to specify a resource, right? So flavor will be RAM, CPU, and disk. Okay, so RAM I want it to be 2 MB only. Okay, and vCPU what I want to use is 2 core, and a disk I want to use for this image is 10 GB. Okay, and receive transfer factor I want is like RxTX hyphen factor. A will be 2, and flavor I want this flavor name So I want this flavor as 2 RAM, 2 core, and 10 vCPU. So if you write in this format, that is means that you have used 2 GB of 2 MB of RAM, 2 core of vCPU, and 10 disk. Okay, enter. That will create a flavor and it will give you the flavor information. Okay, so disk you can see here, RAM you can see here, and your RSTX factor and vCPUs too, right? So the flavor is created. Now once you create your server, you need not to define RAM, vCPU, and disk. Okay, so this, if you use this flavor, it will automatically pick up the resource like RAM, CPU, and disk. It will understand, okay, he is using this flavor. That means he want to create a RAM with two MB of RAM and 2 core of vCPU and 10 GB of disk. Okay, hope this clear to you guys. Now, if you want to if you want to show with the command, you can also use OpenStack flavor list first of all to list out all the flavor which is available. Okay, now you can see the flavor which we have created and the flavor which already is created by during the installation. Okay, now if you want to show this flavor, you want to see the all the content what are there in the flavor, you can use OpenStack flavor show and name of that flavor. So what we have created right now, we can use this. Okay, it will give you all the information. Okay, name, and then again your kilobytes 2048, that is 2 MB, and then 2 core and 10 disk. Okay, now your image created, your flavor created, your key pair is created. Now we will create one network and then we will create one subnet. So how you will create a network? Say OpenStack network create, and you will have to enter one name of the network. So I can use any of the name, and you can use the name if it is given during the client discussion, like this will be my network, you'll have to create by this network, then you'll have to create that name. Okay, so by default I'm taking this name. You can create with any name, right? So I have created. If you want to see it, you can see. Okay, all the values. Okay, and when it is created, what is the ID of this network, which project it is been created by. Okay, you can see this is created by project dot domain. The project dot domain name is default. We have created under default. Project name is infra, and the region is region 1. Okay, zone you can see it, MTU also, and provider network will be Genevas, and physical network is not given a none. Project ID is given. Okay, and the external router is which your routing will be done through the internal one. So this is the internal network actually, and the status is active. You can see it. Okay, and if you want to check all the network, you can use simply OpenStack network list. Okay, once you write this command, you will see, okay, public for the external routing, Ashish for the internal, and there is one private. Okay, now we will create a subnet under this. So how you will create a subnet? Again, the subnet will be given by your client. Okay, this subnet I'm going to use, you can use this. I'm going to use for the cloud, so you can use the subnet. Now for the example, I'm taking my own subnet, so I can use here OpenStack to create the subnet. OpenStack subnet create. Okay, and then I will take the range of the subnet hyphen range. Again, if you enter here, you will get the options, so don't worry much about this. Okay, I'm taking 192.168.29.0/24. Okay, this will be my subnet range where I will get the IP DSCP DSCP hyphen node DEP. Okay, and also I don't want gateway will be none. And then for which network you are going to create the subnet, so you'll have to enter the name of the network. It is Ashish underscore int and the name of subnet. So you can write Ashish underscore int underscore subnet, so sub, okay, and enter. It will create a subnet for you. Okay, so subnet is created. If you scroll up, you will get the range over here. Okay, so from the beginning I will show you. So here we have run this command, and you can see the allocation pool. It is from 192.168.29.1. You can use from 1 to 192.168.29.254. Okay, and the CIDR value, that will be /24, and created at the time is given. Okay, and at what time is created, what is the ID of this network. DSCP is false, which I have created this one DSCP, and the gateway is none, so it will not give the gateway by itself. So you can, if you want, you can statically give it all the values for the subnet, okay, while creating the server. And again, the cloud project name and then username, domain name, everything will be given here. And the project ID will be this and updated at that time. If you want to take the check the subnet, okay, subnet uh, list, the OpenStack subnet list, you will get it. Okay, and you can also see the content and what are there in this subnet which we have created. So this is the subnet ID and this one is the network ID. Okay, this is the network which is created, like Ashish underscore int. Okay, so if you want to show this one, so if you want OpenStack, so OpenStack subnet, okay, OpenStack subnet show, and the ID of that subnet or the name of the subnet you can get. Okay, the name. So now we have created subnet network. Now I will create a security group. Okay, so we'll use the security group so that you can enable any port, disable any port, any TCP, UDP session. For that you want only for traffic for this port, like 2280. I want for like for whole port ranging from 1 to 65,535. Okay, I want to open like any port. So you will have to create one security group, or you want to disable someone who don't want to enable any traffic for the particular port. You can do it from the security group. So now we'll see it how we can create it. OpenStack security group, and the name of that security group you want to create. So I want to create it. The name will be, okay, use my name, Lee underscore sec underscore group. Okay, this is the name, Ashish underscore sec underscore group, that security group for this. Okay, so I have created one security group. The group is created, and if you want to know, the rule is always already given it. Okay, IB4, IB6, every rule is given. Now suppose I want to create I want to create a rule for some port from protocol. So how I can create that, I will show you here. OpenStack. Okay, then I want security group to add some rule. Okay, so I will write security group rule, and I want to create some rule. Okay, so create. You can also write ingress or egress over here, it is up to you. And then the protocol, what I want is TCP. Okay, and then for example I want for the destination TST, I want TST hyphen port. I want to enable this port here, port 22, to this security group, Ashish underscore sec underscore group. Okay, this is the name of the security group. So I have created a rule for the port 22. Now it will be enabled for port 22. Okay, you can check it. The port range is 22. So if you want to create more rule over here as per your organization, and if your system administrator or your client want this port should be enabled only, so you can create by your own. Okay, suppose someone asks you to, hey, I want to create rule for port 80 as well. I want the traffic for port 80. I want the traffic for port 443 for your communication on HTTPS. I want a communication on HTTP. Then you have to open port 80. I want a communication on port 443. For you will have to use, and 443 you can also enable. Okay. So whatever the port they will ask you to enable, you can enable from here. And someone asks, okay, I want ICMP ping response. I want also to enable this. Then how you will do it? So the same thing will be here. Instead of port, you can do okay. TCP source protocol. Okay, and in the place of protocol in the TCP, you can write ICMP protocol. Okay, and then you want know for ether type IPv4 or IPv6, you can write. Okay, ether type will be I want for IPv6, so you can write over here IPv6. Okay, so it will be enabled for IPv6. ICMP will be enabled for IPv6 IP. Okay, and again you want for IPv4, same thing, you can enable for IPv4 as well. So guys, this is very important at the point of security. So suppose someone asks you, okay, I want whole port to be enabled, then let me show you that also. Okay, you can go till here. If he asks you to enable for TCP and enable for UDP as well, so what you will do, you will see what destination port he want, DST hyphen port. Okay, and you want entire port, so you can say 1:65 and then 535, I guess. Okay, this is for TCP, and again you can do it for UDP as well. So again, only change this protocol. I want for TCP and UDP for all the port ranging from 1 to this. Okay, so UDP also it is enabled. Now if you want to see the list of security group, you can use OpenStack security group list. Okay, it will show you all the security created for this cloud. So this security group I have created by my own with the project infra. Okay, for my own servers. So if you want to check all the rules and everything, then you will have to run show command, OpenStack security group. Okay, show and the name of the security group, enter, and it will give you all the information, right? What port is enabled. Like, see, if I have enabled for port 80, the traffic will come from any other or any other source with the port 80. It will go, and it will also enable for IPv6 as well. So the ingress, the direction will be, and also you can see UDP is enabled for the port and for all the remote IPs. Okay, and also you can check for IPv4. Here you can check, okay, direction and all is given for IPv6, what protocol should be enabled, and where the traffic will come via this port. Okay, see all the information and the port rules you can see for 443 protocol TCP. Okay, so ICMP ping will also be enabled, and you have enabled everything, I guess. So from port 1 to 65532. Okay, now we have created our security group, we have created our subnet, we have created our network. Now I will show you how to create server. Everything has done from our side. Now we will create a server and show you how we can create server, and that is the final task for any of the client. Like, he want to create their application that should run on top of the cloud. So this is the main requirement, where you will have to create application for their use. That could be a telco application, that could be your IT application, that could be anything, right? So this is very important. See how you can create our server using these concepts. Okay, so we will create server now. Just clear the screen. Okay, so it will be visual for you. I'm using now this command. It's a very important command, guys. So let me show you. OpenStack server create. Okay, and first of all, to create the server, we required image. Okay, like CentOS, RHEL, whatever image you want to create, you can give it. So here we have created CentOS 7. Okay, so the CentOS 7 image which I have given, and flavor. Okay, flavor. Also, we have created one flavor. If you remember, flavor underscore 2 core to RAM and 10 disk. Okay, then we can use a public network here. So the traffic will be routable, it will be accessible, and we will use the key name. So key name we have created, I guess, test hyphen key. Okay, test hyphen key. So you should have to check all these things. And availability zone. Okay, let me copy these because I don't know the availability zone. So let's copy it and check what is the availability zone. Okay, OpenStack availability zone. Okay, and then list. So availability zone, what availability zone will do? So suppose your availability zone is created, okay, and you have multiple compute in the cluster for a large telecommunication or for your large telco operations. So you have multiple availability zone where you kept number of compute under this zone, that is internal, and some compute under this nova. Suppose you have different type of compute like sriv, ovs, dpdk, or simple, okay, application. So you can divide this zone so that it will be easy to figure it out where is your application, okay, is created and which zone it has been created. So it will not be mix up. Okay, it will be separate for you. So first of all, we can take any of the computes. The compute name, your availability zone will be nova. Okay, so we'll give nova over here. And before the creating the server, you'll have to do, like, OpenStack image list, so that you will get the image name. Okay, and then you will have to write over OpenStack flavor. Whatever the requirement to create server, you will have to list it out. Okay, so you will remember everything while creating the command. Okay, so network, you can check network list. Okay, and you can also do key pair list. So all this information will be with you. Okay, and you can use your command. Now we'll use the above one. Okay, OpenStack server create. Till here I will copy, and when you are, suppose you are new for this and you don't have, you do not remember all these things, right? You're not able to recall all these information, so you can list it out before using this command. So for me, I have remembered because I've just created, so I know like what are the image, what are the flavor, what are the key pair name, okay, what are the availability zone name. So you can do like this and use this as a pointer, like whatever the component which is required to create a server, that you will have to remember. That's it. Okay, now availability zone hyphen zone. So what is the availability zone? You can see up, that was nova. Okay, so I will use that availability zone here. Okay, while creating the server. So that availability zone for me is nova. Okay, because the nova is available that time. And what are the security group you have created? So security hyphen group will be ashish underscore sec underscore group, I guess. Okay, this is the name which I have created. Okay, and name of the server, suppose I want to create with the name ashish underscore server 1. Okay, so these information will require to create one application. If you want to create 10 application through this command, you will have to write hyphen hyphen max and then 10. It will create 10 application for you at the same time. But here I don't have much resource. Once I once I hit enter, our OpenStack cloud will start deploying the server. Enter, and our server will start deploying. Okay, it will take some time, but after that you will check the status. So status is currently in build phase. You can list out the server with the command OpenStack server list. Okay, hit enter. It will show all the server which is created. So for this you can see the server is created with this project infra, okay, by using ashish rc file, and now the server is created and in active state. You can see the id of the server, name of the server, and status is in active state. Okay, this took less than 1 minute to create the server. Okay, and the IP which is assigned to this server is 172.24.4.110, and the name of the image is CentOS 7. Okay, and the flavor is flavor 2210. Okay, if you want a description of this server, then you can use OpenStack. Okay, server show and the name of the server. It will show you all the description. Okay, so we will see whatever the resource we have used for the OpenStack to creating this server, it will show you everything. So here you can check it out. Availability zone is Nova. Okay, host that we are using all in one. Okay, that is our VM name. If you remember, hypervisor name, that is all in one. Okay, and then instance ID is this. The power status is in running state. Okay, and then your VM status in active state when it launched the time, and IPv4 access IPv4 is not given, right? The public address of that IP address VM is 172.24.4.110. Okay, through this IP you can connect with the application. So mainly the motto of this cloud or any cloud is to launch application. The application we just launch in this, the application might be a storage, maybe some telco nodes, maybe IT application. Okay, and this is the flavor which we used here, and you can check the ID as well, host ID of this flavor. Images, the image which I have used is CentOS 7, and key name is CentOS. The key name is test hyphen key. Name of the server is ashish hyphen underscore server on. Okay, and then project ID, from which project it is created. So you can check the project ID as well, that is the infra. If you check OpenStack project list, you will see the ID of the infra is the same which we have seen here, right? And security root, what we have used is ashish underscore sec underscore group. Status is active. Okay, and there is no any volume attached over here. Okay, so the next thing what we will do is we'll attach a volume in it. We'll create a volume and attach to this server. So it will be another partition of the volume, you can see, right? So this is all about creating the server, right? And now you can create a volume. So how you can create a volume and attach to this server? We can use OpenStack. Okay, and then volume create, and I will use size like 5 GB, size 5, and name of the volume will be vol1. Okay, so it will create me a volume. Okay, host size is 5 GB, and we will attach this volume with the server. So earlier the server, if you see, the volume attached is blank, right? And now we have created one volume with this ID. And how we will attach this volume with that server, so that you can use this volume for any other task. If you want in your application, you want no extra storage, then you will get from here. Okay, now I will attach this volume with the particular server. How we will do this? OpenStack. Okay, now server, and we're going to add a volume in this server, right? So volume, add volume, and name of the server will be ashish underscore server 1. Okay, where you want to attach this value, and the volume name will be vol-1. Now it will attach this volume to that particular server, okay, and after that, when you do OpenStack volume list, if you see OpenStack volume list, you will see this volume is attached to which server. It will show you, okay. So it will show you, right, this ID, okay, this ID is used, the status is in use, okay, and the name of the volume is 1, size is 5, attached to ashish underscore server 1 on which partition dev slash vdb, okay. And you can also see, if you run this command openstack server show, in the last you will see this ID, okay, with that particular server, which is attached now with this value. Now see this volume attached, okay, which we have created. So this is how you can create a volume. You can attach with any of the applications. Suppose you have given a volume like of 10 GB, and that application used almost that allocated volume, then you can create an extra volume and attach to it, okay. So this is very important, and in operation, basically in operational task, so that if any of the clients say, okay, my application completely get used all the storage, I need extra storage, then you can cut the value and you can give it to them. This is the process, okay. Now I will show you how you can connect with that server, okay. We'll see verse concept. So if you do verse, okay, verse list, here we'll see the instance is here, and where the instance is in running state. If you want to connect with that application using Vosh, you can use VIRSH, that is Vosh, okay. And then you will have to use the console ID, and the console ID is the instance name, okay. And once you enter, it will start, okay, it will start entering into the server. Now it says it is the network is given to that particular server, and the server is in bootable state. You can see we have already accessed this server, right? And now the some job is starting, is booting up the OS. You can see it, and after some time I will log in into the console and show you, right? So if you want to go back from this voice, right, so you will have to press control and then middle bracket, or the larger bracket, you can say control plus R bracket. You will come out from that verse console, okay. Let the application boot into the OS. Meanwhile, I will show you how you can create OpenStack alias, okay. So you will have to do is vim, okay, base rc. I have already created alias of OpenStack. You can see here. For you, only 3 lines will appear on, okay. So you will have to create in the same way. You can type here alias, then OS equal to single quote OpenStack, and save this, okay. And you can use now OS instead of OpenStack, and you can write image list, okay. And this will display image. So you can customize your Linux command with the help of this alias, right? Always remember, the alias will come into the effect when you open a new session, okay. Now we will try to use verse again, verse list, and we will try to connect the server, okay. This server in running state, and hopefully the login page will be there, okay. So how we'll connect it? By using verse console and the instance ID, okay. Enter. Once you enter, you will able to see the login page of your application, right? So we are able to log in into the application which we have created using OpenStack. Now we will see the same instance which we created here in GUI, graphical user interface. So you will log in through the user Ashish, okay. and the password which we have created for this user. And remember, this user is not admin user, right? And this user is created under project infra. So if you see here, you will see the project name infra, okay, and what are the resources given to this particular user. You can check over here in the overview. You can check out the instances, vCPU, RAM, okay, and then number of snapshot that he can use, volume, and everything you can see here. Volume storage that is used 5 GB, okay, out of 1000, which we have created, okay, by cutting this value in the command line. You can check, and all other options you can check from here, okay. So this is totally different from the project admin. This user cannot see the resource of admin, but yes, this user can see whatever created in this project infra. Everything you can check, like what are the images that is created, key pair that what is created, okay, what images is created, and everything that you can check from here. Then you see the image sent to us, yes, and key pair you can check what is created inside it, and then the test key, okay. Then the server group is not created anything. The network you can check what network is been created here, what router is created in this network. Public network is also showing here. Why? Because we have given the role of admin to this user Ashish, okay. That's why this network you can see over here. And if you go, you can check routers, you can check security group, you can check whatever you have created, it will show you. You see the security group Ashish underscore sec underscore group, and default which already is created for any project. Default is already been created, okay. And floating IP, everything you can see whatever is created over here, okay. And how you can create instance using GUI will we see in day 3, that is the final day of OpenStack. Now we'll check the instance which we have created, okay. So click on the compute and then click on the instance. You will see the instance name. Check the server from here, name of the server, okay, the image name, IP address, and the flavor, key pair, status, okay, availability zone, whatever you have given during creating the server, you can get from here. And power status in running state, you can off the server as well from here in the GUI. You can do a lot of things, like you can associate floating IP, you can attach interface, you can detach interface, you can attach volume, you can detach volume, you can do a lot of things over here, okay. Once you click on the server name, okay, the instance name, you will get a lot of options, right? Overview. You can check the name, you can check the ID, you can check the description, project ID, from which project it is created, and status, availability zone, time, and this flavor name, ID, RAM, CPU, disk, everything you can get it from here. Public IP, what it is assigned to this, and what security group which we have created, all you can see from here. Okay, and then metadata, you can see the test key, and then image name, image ID, volume which we have attached, right? You can see here. And if you want to check other things, you can get all the information, okay, by clicking on the options. Like in interface, you will see public MAC, what is MAC address is allocated to this server. This is required during the troubleshooting, okay. When you work in operation, you will have to remember these options. If the MAC is not getting here, that means there is some issue in the switch. You will check from the switch side, okay, or the router side, status and all, okay. Edit, you can edit the security group as well. And logs, you can also see what logs it will create during booting the OS, what logs is being created, okay. Now you can see it will last, but what it will do, it will check all the information what during the booting steps, and it will show you the logging page, okay. And console, what is the console? From where you can access this VM directly. So you have two options. Either you can go to CLI and use watch list and watch console and the console ID, or you can use from GUI as well from here, okay. Just enter, you will get the login page. Okay, so this application I have launched. Okay, and you can use the login username and password, and you're able to log in into the application. So this is how you can create application in OpenStack. In day 3, we will see how you can create instances using this GUI dashboard. And for that, I will show you how you can create instances, okay, using this GUI. So this is all about day 2, which we covered a lot of things, lot of valuable information. Okay, guys, if any of you want to discuss with me one to one regarding career guidance, resume review, LinkedIn profile review, or technical discussion, including cloud roadmap, system engineering, career path, and job related discussion, you can always use TopMet link and schedule a call with me. Link is given in the description box. Thanks for watching the video.